Yeah, a very good morning to you. Welcome to Press Review this morning on Anambra Broadcasting Service, and the program is Good Morning Anambra. My name is Steve Jomma, and I have AJ with me. Good morning, AJ.
Good morning, the Anambra. Good morning. It's always a pleasure to be here. My name is Chuku Okabwe.
My name is Obinna Ike Chiku on another edition of the Good Morning Anambra right here on ABS television. We'll have lots of things to share with you this morning, and we'll go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll bring you the press review.
Okay, welcome again. Time now to get to our website and look at the stories that are making the rounds there. AJ, let's go.
Well, the first paper, or rather, the first story making rounds on ABS website is Chuku Neya Nebe of Nibo community joins ABGA. Anambra female lawmaker Ogbuefi calls for empowerment of women to participate actively in politics.
Senator Nwoye donates uniform to Catholic and Anglican women. And also, today is International Day for Remembrance of Victims of Slavery. And today is also, we also have on the website, Angola withdraws as mediator in DRC conflict. All right, these are the major headlines in the ABS website.
Okay, Igbonagu Delibes supporters join APGA in Oka. And then international community marks World Tuberculosis Day today.
So that's interesting to note,
Yeah.
Talking about international community marking World Tuberculosis Day today. Tuberculosis, as well, most people don't actually know that that's one of the killer diseases in tropical parts of the world. And then the World Health Organization and even respective governments in most developing nations are fighting tooth and nail to see that this disease is eradicated in our own lifetime, because take it or leave it, tuberculosis is really very stubborn to take care of. And there are cases whereby you have it and then you become, resistant, maybe because of the lengthy duration it takes in taking care of the disease. So most people, once they just feel they are okay, they just stop medication, and that sends a different signal to the host body, and then you see the tuberculosis refusing to go. So there is every need for all hands to be on deck in trying to see that we take care of this so that we can have a very healthy environment and society.
And we have to also, not forget the fact that Nigeria has one of the highest burden of tuberculosis, with the numbers increasing. We have about, there have been increases in the number of TB cases increased from 269,000 in 2000 to about 467,000 in 2021. And lots of funds have been, we were talking about this yesterday, lots of funds have been invested in TB, and it seems to not be going down. So these are some of the issues we have.
It's for us to know whether the funds are, properly directed to where it's supposed to be.
So these are some of the issues we're having. So hopefully...
The budget money, and then you don't know where the money goes, and the problem persists.
So hopefully TB is being eradicated, and, people stay healthy and all that. And we hope that once you get the what's it called, the signs, you're coughing excessively or something, you can visit one of the
healthcare
centers or the hospitals. We have about 62 centers for managing this issue of tuberculosis, and it's basically free. So we hope people capitalize on this right here in Anambra State and do something about it.
Dr. Obinna, thank you.
No,
okay. Let's move on. Today is also International Day for Remembrance of Victims of Slavery. Well, I would like us to talk about that one too. When you talk about slavery, who is a slave? Because when they talk about that, they think those are parents or grandparents, or those are ancestors that were carried to plantation grounds in the Europe and America. What about the level of slavery that is going on now in society, in the homes, in the towns and villages, everywhere you find people subduing people, okay, making you feel that I am an authority, and once I talk my, my word is final. So by extension, you're a slave when you cannot express yourself, and if you do, well, you face the barrel of guns. AJ.
Sincerely speaking, slavery is still very much prominent in our modern day society. Let's not forget about that. It was just the abolishment of it all that the Europeans that colonized the greater part of Africa and beyond probably thought they were ending it. But then, the worst part of slavery is the one that you find in your own locality. The same race meting out injustice to same race, not talking about skin coloration and the rest of it all. And that's what is prevalent here. Second-class citizens, even among citizens in the same country. Like you see the economic divide, the strata divide, talking about the political, the elite, and then the downtrodden, the what do we call them? The citizen. Down to the house help that you have in your house. Imagine when you bring somebody into your house and then your family eats something different, and then the lady that is helping take care of your children eats something different. They don't even have the opportunity of education that your children have. And these are the people that are bringing your children, into what you want them to be. And that's, as far as I know, is slavery.
And the moment the family dresses up,
you identify.
Spot the house help. This one must be a house help. She's not like other kids.
And in fact, horrible. That's when there was even a time it was more like government schools were like a glorified center for house help. If you want a house help, you can just go to government school and then be, getting familiar with one. Before you know what's happening, you could just bring that person into the house. And
you get somebody's daughter or son, place him in a public school, and yours in private school. She will close from that public school and go to private school to get your children back home. You don't think?
Which other slavery is that? So that is even the worst form of slavery. The form of slavery that we all know, the master and then the servant. Now, even in the Bible, it is stated there. We all have it. Slavery has been there from there. But as a human being, and you feel that you need somebody that wants to help you, these are the areas where we need to end this. There are people that are making good money trafficking other people's children, all in the name of house help.
It's horrible.
You understand? So these are the areas where we need to checkmate this and make sure that the right channels, the right methods, the right approach is adopted in order for you to seek help. There's nothing wrong in you wanting somebody to help you, but at least be humane enough to treat that child like yours.
Okay. Yeah, Obina, let's get to the papers and find out what's trending.
All right, on the papers this morning, we have the first paper this morning.
The Daily Sun is the first paper this morning, and then the banner headline is talking about Obasanjo accuses NAS of bribery. And then we have the writer saying, federal lawmakers took money to ratify Rivers emergency proclamation. Democracy has collapsed completely. That's coming from Peter Obi. And then at the mast, they have Humphrey Nwosu posthumously INEC chairman urges federal government. LG autonomy, NLC warns governors against undermining court order. Wow, who will listen to that? Pipeline explosions, Fubara denies link to militant groups, and we have Urewa faults AGF presidency over allegations against suspended governor. Also, Rivers PDP governors seek reversal of emergency rule at Supreme Court. Apex Court dismisses claims its justice travel to Calabar with Apex Court dismisses claims its justice travel to Calabar with Wike. Wow. I won't apologize to Senate, says Natasha. Courts vacate order stopping INEC from receiving petition against lawmaker. And then where we have here, UBA grows profits to 804 billion naira, records 3.19 trillion naira earnings. That's interesting. Next, for review this morning, we have the Punch newspaper. Quickly, naira for crude oil talks. Dangote Refinery orders may import $1.4 billion crude monthly. NUPRC weighs solution to NNPCL crude shortage claim. Tinubu panel may meet before Salah. And then we have at the mast, power generators fear collapse over 4.7 trillion debt. Obasanjo, Kuka, others allege Nigeria's democracy failing. Wike camp dismisses Atiku coalition, woos PDP bigwigs. Police intercept 488 AK-47 rifles, arrest 2,000 suspects. Are we at war? And then Makinde plans suits as Oyo Sharia panel begins sitting. Ogun Attorney General, AIG clash over murder, land grabbing case. Oshun clashes. 3 gunmen arrested as Adeleke talks tough. That's very interesting.
Yeah, let's look at other papers now. Obina.
All right. My phone is dead.
The Vanguard is next. And then on the Vanguard this morning, the mast is saying, UBA earnings rise 53.6% to 3.2 trillion naira. Profit hits 804 billion naira. 12 inmates escape in Kogi jailbreak. International Financial Center, Lagos government, LFC signed MOU with City of UK, FCDO. Also we have Lagos LG autonomy, Labour warns governors on implementation. And then the banner headline, democracy not working in Nigeria. Obasanjo, Obi, Tambuwal, Kuka. Democracy failed in Nigeria because it is not African. Ex-president. Wow. Everything has been knocked down. That's coming from Obi. Actors don't play by the rules. Tambuwal. It is work in progress. Kuka says weaponization of religion, a major obstacle to Nigeria's development. And then we have the 2027, finding alternative political party, our main hurdle. That's coming from anti-Tinubu coalition. Tinubu flags off second Niger bridge access routes. Soyinka rebuffs calls to access Tinubu's government. Recall Natasha's constituents submit petition to INEC. And also we have here 2022 World Cup, 26 World Cup rather. Be ruthless, Chile, orders Osimhen and Lukman. And that's all we have for you on the front pages of the Vanguard newspaper. Up next is the Daily Independent. 16 airports dragged down federal government as 4 rake in 96.4% of 358.2 billion naira. Analysts urge hybrid concession model for Nigeria's airports. And then we have there at the mast, why democracy is failing in Africa by Obasanjo. That's more like an extension from what is happening in Nigeria. Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan vows never to apologize to Senate. That's a lady talking top there. INEC gets petition for recall of Kogi Central Senator. And we have federal government probes Kogi jailbreak, vows to capture fleeing inmates. How often do we read about this and nothing seems to be done? And then we have Rivers, PDP governors challenge emergency rule at Supreme Court. UBA posts 804 billion profits, proposes 3.00 final dividend. Fubara deny links with militants and explosions. Jonathan wins 2025 Suhan Peace Prize. Coalition against Tinubu in advanced talks over party to use. That's coming for the 2027 election. Lagos LIFC signed MOU with City of UK, FCDO for International Financial Center. This day is next for review this morning. And then we have the UBA profit grows to 804 billion in 2024, declares 3 kobo final day dividend. Congratulations. Chatham House, Nigeria's failure to curb corruption leading to impunity. That is clientelism. We have Idris. Tinubu will lift emergency rule in rivers as soon as normalcy is restored. Obasanjo, democracy has failed in Africa. Obi, it is collapsing in Nigeria. Kuka, Tambowal differ. Anyoku wants against military coup in sub-Saharan Africa. Obi's aspiration, not democracy, is dead, says Omokri. Atiku orders shower praises on Ihe Dioha at 60. That's interesting. And then the Guardian newspaper is next.
All right. On the Guardian, we have 1,102 local vessels rely on Ghana, others for routine maintenance. And then that's, of course, the banner headline. That's on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. And still on the Guardian newspaper, we have these, those behind June 12. Those behind June 12 debacle now regret, says Yakubu, talking about the current INEC chairman. UBA records 766.6 billion naira profit, declares 3 naira dividend. All right, you also have 2027 North has ditched your 2023 alliance. Ohaneze tells Bola Tinubu, that's the president. All right. Rivers group drags Tinubu to ECOWAS, insist on reversal of emergency rule. And we also have democracy not working in Nigeria, says Obasanjo, Obi, Tambuwal, and Kuka. I will evaluate Tinubu's government on my terms. Soyinka declares how Nigeria lost rare opportunity in Russia-Ukraine war to lead LNG market. All right, that's on the Guardian newspaper right there. Moving to the Daily Trust, we have our democracy is failing. Obasanjo, others. All right, Kogi jailbreak, how inmates killed warder, tied up 2 others, and a kicker to that, 5 inmates recaptured as federal government orders probe. We also have FCT teachers begin 4th strike in 4 months. That's a lot in Abuja right there. EFCC nabs over 100 suspects in Abuja Ponzi scheme academy raid. And then we also have demand for Forex rises as Naira depreciation continues. And these are the major stories in front of the Daily Trust news paper. And then we quickly look at the Tribune, the Nigerian Tribune, and in front of the Nigerian Tribune, we have 2027 INEC article group differ over new party registration. You are frustrating registration of new political parties, coalition of political leaders, follow due process. This is coming from INEC. And then we also have federal government orders probe into Kogi jail break, 5 fleeing inmates recaptured. Abuja, Anyoku Kuka, Obasanjo, Anyoku Kuka disagree on models of democracy. Natasha's recall, constituents submit petition to INEC. I won't apologize, she says. That's coming from the lady, Senator Akpoti, Natasha. All right. And then moving to the blueprint, of course, the last newspaper this morning, but not the least, of course. We still don't have structure. 2027, we still don't have structure. Modus operandi, this is coming from the coalition, says, of course, the kicker to that says, finding alternative political party, our main hurdle. Right, Natasha Gates, INEC receives constituents recall petition. And the kicker to that, I won't be forced to apologize. Defiant Natasha says, still on the blueprint, we have Kogi jailbreak, federal government recaptures 5 fleeing inmates, orders probe. And then we have Salah Doba, Emer Sanusi rains costs on troublemakers. UBA gross profit to 804 billion naira, declares 3 naira dividend. And we also have sports. That's on the sports segment. We have World Cup qualifier. Zimbabwe will fall. This is coming from the skipper of the Super Eagles, Troost Ekong.
That's nice, though. They are delivering all the papers so far. And let's see our stories that we can definitely touch. None other than the one that really shocks, or rather, would I say, reverberates fears in every Nigerian. This is something that we should be worried about. And talking about the police interception of 488 AK-47 rifles and 2,000 suspects arrested. That number is enough to begin, let's say, tribal war or regional war, if you may ask me. And the question is, 488 AK-47 rifles. That is huge. Really, sincerely speaking, how this thing got into the country is still something that puzzles every Nigerian. And we begin to wonder, the 2,000 suspects, were these people seen brandishing other weapons or the AK-47? This really calls for serious concern in this country. While we are talking about our political bigwigs looking for registration for a political party, and then the executive failing on its responsibility, not even minding or leaving to the responsibility on the oath of office they took, talking about the Constitution, everything seems to be going the other way in this country, and you begin to wonder, when the leadership of a country seems to not pay attention to what's happening, this is the kind of thing that happens. Still talking about this issue, we are having Ogun Attorney General clash over murder of land grabbing case. A lot of failure of government. And then when you see the banner headline of the Vanguard newspaper telling us that democracy is failing, and then Kuka is saying that we should give time. How long do we need to give our leaders for them to actually live up to the responsibilities that is bestowed upon them?
Talking about that, the thing about democracy, that was during the former Deputy Senate President's 60th birthday, talking about Senator Ihedioha. Lots of comments from, top political figures in Nigeria. Lots of comments from them and all that. But the most touching comment was that of the former, or rather the presidential candidate, or the former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, talking about the man, Mr. P2B. He said a lot of course, he's been saying lots of striking things, but he said a very striking one, where he had to talk about in making reference to the state of emergency situation in Rivers State, where he was talking about when he was governor of this state, and he had to even plead. In fact, the president had to even plead in the State House not to impeach him, and even he had to even strike a blow to the judiciary, whereby he said, he didn't have to, during his time as president, or rather as governor, he didn't have to, give some kickbacks or know anybody in the judiciary to get justice. So he was trying to talk about how backsliding we've gone, how a lot of things are, how things are insecure at the moment. Now people will tell politicians will tell you go to court. Why are they telling you to go to court? You should be afraid of going to court. Like, if you have issues with people, you should be afraid of going to court, because you know that, especially if you're on the wrong side, you should be afraid of going to court because you know that justice will prevail. Well, in Nigeria, anybody tells you go to court, it's worrisome. And these are some of the things he's brought out and all that. So these things keep happening, and we keep talking. Funny enough, this is something we've been saying over years since I was born. There've been a lot of talks about corruption in the various arms of the government and all that, but it's still happening. It means that we are doing more of the talking and less of the walking. So these are some of the issues. Now, talking about firearms, it's something that has been there. In fact, as at January 2024, that's last year, we have about, in fact, the Nigerian police force could not account for 178,459 firearms. Imagine these weapons being in the hands of
non-state actors.
So these are some of the issues. So how do people have arms and you're not able to control, to say, this is how these arms are moving? Or is it that the Nigeria police force know something and probably they are refusing to act on? So these are some of the issues, all right? So we understand the Nigeria police force, they are trying their best possible to, bring security, to bring sanity and all that, but these are issues 178,000 plus weapons in the hands of people you do not. You can't account for where are these weapons. So these are some of the things, that the Nigerian police security agencies have to, really, these things are really worrisome.
Yeah, very worrisome. More worrisome is the fact that on the front page of the Punch newspaper, power generators fear collapse over 4.7 trillion debt. And you begin to wonder, with all these monies that we pay for electricity, even in one of the papers said that Nigerians have, the power generations have made 509 billion on electricity in 3 months amid poor performance. That's the Guardian. The Guardian newspaper is telling us Nigerians spend 509 billion on electricity in 3 months amid poor performance. And you are having here in the Punch newspaper, they are telling us power generators fear collapse over 4.7 trillion debt, naira debt. If you can generate 509 billion within 3 months amid poor performance, I see no reason why that amount wouldn't cancel out this 4.7 trillion debt in a year or two. You generate 509 billion in 3 months, and you're telling me about 4.7 trillion. How many 509 billion would you have to cancel out 407 trillion? I think these people really need to call themselves to order. Let us actually know what the problem is with power generation in this part of the world. We are losing a whole lot. Businesses are dying. Companies are fleeing Nigeria because of this non-existing power. That's the right word to use, because what you have here is not even enough to take care of anything, and yet we have people coming up to tell us, wow, this is really, really, I don't know what to say. But then let's see what we have here before we round up, because time is not really on our side this morning.
Quickly before we go, there have been a lot of talks about the power, the power issues in Nigeria. We have lots of issues with that. Now Nigerians are, you see, an average Nigerian will have solar power. An average Nigerian will also have inverter. An average Nigerian will also have generator, 3 alternative power supply, and still pay the monthly NEPA bill and all that. So these are some of the issues. We can't talk about how much. So these things are really very, very, very heartbreaking. And there have been a lot of talks about how much Nigerians have, or rather how much Nigeria has taken in loans. So when you are taking loans to do a lot of things, of course, whoever is giving you loans will dictate how you spend your money. And of course, the interest, lots of interest in the monies you're borrowing. So no matter how much you are making,
and most of this money is not even actually put into what they were borrowed for.
Yes.
So that's the worrisome part of it. Well, on this note, let us we'll take a break, and then when we come back, we'll definitely be wrapping this segment of Good Morning Anambra. Don't go anywhere. The show continues after this.